The Avalon Peninsula, Newfoundland, Canada. There is no doubt that this area of the island of Newfoundland is historic and has pushed the province of Newfoundland and Labrador forward in its economic struggle since its discovery. And there is no denying with its struggle that the people inhabiting this area have had some dark times. Here are 5 murders on the Avalon Peninsula. One of the most sensational crimes ever committed in Newfoundland took place during the evening on May 3rd, 1922, on Carter's Hill in St. John's. Armed with a .38 caliber nickel-plated revolver, a young Chinese laundryman murdered 3 of his countrymen, attempted to murder a 4th, then turning the nearly empty revolver on himself, made an unsuccessful suicide attempt. The peaceful atmosphere of Old St. John's was shattered by the incident, and the sensational newspaper coverage of the day speculated on a Tong War within the city's Chinese community. While the events leading up to the explosion of violence were unfolding at the Jim Lee Laundry, Carter's Hill, the local population, unaware of what was taking place, went about their usual business. The most tragic execution to take place in Newfoundland was the hanging of a 40-year-old mother of 7 children from the window of the old courthouse on Duckworth Street in St. John's. Catherine Snow, Tobias Mandeville, and Arthur Springer had been tried, found guilty, and hanged for the murder of Snow's husband John at Salmon Cove, Portergrave. Although Catherine Snow was hanged about 7 months after Mandeville and Springer, all 3 were hanged from the old courthouse window. On the morning of July 3rd, 1938, Kilbride farmer Gordon Stanley found the body of Eng Wong Kit hanging from an iron bar in the kitchen of the Regal Cafe, Water Street West, St. John's. The finding set into motion an intensive investigation by the CID, which saw every member of the Chinese community in St. John's interrogated, which finally led to the arrest of Kwang John Shang of Duckworth Street. A hand sticking out of a grave drew police attention to the pit on the Gehan family farm at Harbour Grace, where the body of the slain Garrett Sears was buried. Digging through the manure and clay piled on top of the shallow grave, police didn't take long to uncover the body. The view that greeted them was a certainly sickening one. Dressed in canvas trousers, blue stockings, a cravat, and a sou'wester, Garrett Sears was covered in dried blood. There were wounds on his right arm and chest. His right ear and the fingers of his right hand were missing. At 3 p.m., May 12, 1899, in an upstairs room of a New Gower Street tavern, 22-year-old barmaid Mary Nugent of Kelligrews was fatally wounded by a .32 caliber bullet fired at her by a tavern owner, Francis Canning. When Canning pulled the trigger of the 5-chamber revolver, he ended the plans of marriage by the victim and set off a chain of events that brought grief to his family and friends, and ended with his body swinging from the gallows in the yard of Her Majesty's Penitentiary.